You're watching this right now and you're probably not happy with your life. You feel like you are capable of so much more, that there's so much untapped potential that's not been touched. You find yourself slipping into phases of depression maybe because you don't feel fulfilled in your life. Maybe you've always wanted a six-pack, but you haven't been able to stay consistent in the gym, or maybe you don't even know where to start because there's literally just so much information and everyone says their way is right. It's confusing. You're confused. Maybe you're fat and you're just lacking a ton of confidence. Maybe you are struggling with drug addiction, and that addiction has been holding you back from being able to to make goals and stick to your goals and actually be consistent. Maybe you don't even know what the hell you want to do in life. Maybe you're feeling lost. You're eating shit food, playing video games, vaping. Maybe you have a tough time talking to girls. Maybe you really want a girlfriend. You're lacking confidence because you don't feel like you're the best version of yourself. Maybe you're watching porn every day and really just lacking in confidence overall. Maybe you feel your soul slipping every time you watch porn. Maybe you're a guy out there and you feel like you didn't have a strong masculine influence growing up to teach you what you needed to know. Maybe you're just simply lost in life, not sure what path you should take and what your purpose is. If you're any of these things, then I totally get you, dude, because that was me and that has been me. I'm 32 now, and I can tell you the reason I created this channel was because I wanted to put everything I've learned over the last 32 years into one place. So you're going to want to stick around because I made this channel for you if you're struggling with any of these things. Really, I made this for my younger self, my 18-year-old self before I went in the Marines. I went in the Marine Corps infantry for 4 years. I went in straight out of high school because really I sucked in school growing up. I knew I didn't want to go to college right away. I was diagnosed with a learning disability. I struggled with ADHD my whole life, and I was picked on in school for being in special classes for math, literally until I graduated high school. And even in college, where I barely passed math, I had to have a tutor like my entire time in school with math. I mean, I literally sucked. I felt retarded. And I went in the Marines because like in high school and just really throughout grade school, I felt like I had a chip on my shoulder with something to prove. I wanted to do something that I could put my all into. I wanted to challenge myself. And I'll be honest, I love the uniforms. They're the best looking uniforms, the dress blues. And I felt like I needed to do something else in my life, and I wasn't ready for college. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew that, you know what, I can go into the Marine Corps and I'll figure it out. I was the kind of guy who played sports growing up, but in high school, I didn't. I wasn't a part of any team or a community in high school. So I was sort of an outsider, just trying to find my way. I was the kind of guy who would kind of befriend anyone, I guess, just because I didn't really feel like I had a specific tribe to fit in with. And it was when I was 17 that I made the decision to go into the U.S. Marine Corps as an infantry, because my biggest reason, I wanted to serve my country, but I felt like I lacked a strong masculine influence in my life. My father was around, but my parents got divorced when I was like 16. And, you know, my dad was around for sports, and I love him for that. And I've accepted him for what he is and all that he's provided for me in my life. But for a number of years, he wasn't around for me and my sisters, and he didn't provide me the masculine guidance and leadership like I felt like I needed, which every man needs, which is why a big reason why I created this channel. So what inspired me in fitness was Greg Plitt. Greg Plitt, he passed away in like 2015, but he was a big influence for me in my journey. But I got made fun of even when I went in the Marine Corps because I was naive. I felt like I didn't really have a backbone. And honestly, eventually I did become hardened, because in the Marine Corps infantry, you're thrown into the lion's den, right? You're either going to conform or get eaten up and spit back out. I deployed to Afghanistan when I was 20 years old. I had my 21st birthday over there. And that was tough. You know, I've been through many heartbreaks. I've been cheated on while I was in the Marine Corps, while I was out of the Marine Corps. And so I really just wanted to put everything in here: how to handle women, how to be an evolved man mentally, physically, spiritually, right? To be the highest version of yourself. Like, I want to help you become the highest version of yourself. All the 32 years of pain, blood, sweat, tears, and heartache, and all the lessons that I've learned, I wanted to put everything in one place. it's now taken me to get where I am now with, having a top 1% physique, my athleticism, my knowledge on dating with women, leadership from the Marines, all the hundreds of books and thousands of hours that I've put into this for my own personal development, my own spiritual journey. All of my life this far has got me to where I am now. And I just wanted to put everything in one channel to expedite the process for you. There was one guy who was my biggest inspiration years ago. It still is to this day. And he passed away, like I mentioned, Greg Plitt. He helped me with a lot of life motivation and deeper inspiration. But there's also been a lot of other mentors along the way. And I wanted to try to provide all of my life experience and all of my knowledge up until this point for everything men's development. So, like I said before, even though I didn't feel like my father was there for me in the ways that I needed him, as I got older, I realized that he did the best that he could with what he knew and with who he was. And we go throughout our lives and find the mentors that we need. And we forge our own armor in life. Just like how in battle, I wore body armor. I was in combat wearing body armor when I was 20, 21 years old. We also have to forge our own armor in life. We have to evolve mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. So these are the 4 pillars. We have to evolve, and it is your responsibility to make it happen and to max out every area to the best of your ability to become the highest version of yourself possible. It's about controlling the controllables. And the things that you can't control, like you can't control how tall you are, how short you are. You can't control if you're short. You can't control if you're not the most handsome guy ever. But you can groom yourself well. You can work out daily, start sculpting your body and have a six-pack. You can be ripped. You can be in great shape. You can do the inner work. You can do the spiritual work by seeking God. You can become smarter by reading more. There's so much that you can control. And you don't have to worry. There's no point in worrying about things that you can't control. So in a nutshell, that's really it. I wanted to provide everything from relationships to motivation to inspiration to workout and nutrition knowledge to, if you're struggling with addiction, all these things I've struggled with. Adderall addiction. I quit vaping. I quit porn. I've quit Adderall, all these things that I was addicted to, and which, by the way, if you watch porn every day, you're addicted to it. It's a toxic thing in our society, and we don't realize how much it's bringing us down. These are all these things that we have to rid ourselves of. Porn, anything you feel that you're using as a crutch in your life, like vaping or any kind of cigarettes, nicotine, alcohol. Like, if you want to evolve into the highest version of yourself, you can't have these things in your life. Anything that you're dependent on. So, really just wanted to put this together for you guys so you guys can understand where I'm coming from. I've been a certified personal trainer as well for the past 10 years through the National Academy of Sports Medicine. I've worked with clients. I've done coaching, health coaching, one-to-one, and I've helped hundreds of men and even women as well transform their bodies, their minds, their lives entirely. And I just now wanted to share my experience to hopefully help as many people as I can. Also have my bachelor's degree. I went to college, got my 4-year degree, even though it actually took me 7 years to finish from start to finish. But I'm the type of person that's going to persevere through. But I'm always going to be striving for the best. I was a certified personal trainer, like I said, for a decade. And I've also been in sales for the past few years. I've been in corporate sales, working in tech sales. So I started this because I wanted to just simply share my story and try to help as many people as possible, just because I feel like it's my calling. I feel like we all have a story to share, and you have a story to share. I would be doing the world a disservice if I did not share my story. People talk about certain niches being saturated, but it's not true, because no market is saturated, because you are not saturated. There's only one of you. So when people try to figure out what niche they should be in, whether it's health, wealth, relationships, well, really the niche is you, and it's your story. So I'll see you guys in the next one.